local government.
All right, it's another wonderful weekend. Good morning. Thank you for staying with us on Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. Welcome to the program National Affairs. Well, on National Affairs, what we normally do is we look at issues that are affecting Nigerians, issues that are trending from the national dailies, but sometimes we take a look at special issues from some organizations. And this morning, we'll be taking a look at how to track public funds, that are expended from the government. And we'll also like to assess how Nigerians are getting the value of their money. Well, I have important people to discuss this issue with this morning. I'm being joined by the Kwara State Officer for Tracker and Budget. That's talking about Miss or Mrs. Hope I get corrected. Oluwayemisi Fagboro. I hope I got the pronunciation correctly. All right, Miss Oluwayemisi Fagboro, you're welcome to the studio this morning.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, please move the mic closer to you. All right, a very wonderful morning to you, Miss Oluwayemisi Fagboro. And I also have another guest with me. He's not a new person here. I'll call him an eco and climate strategy developer, if I can add that appendage, Mr. Laide Olawu.
Thank you very much.
A very wonderful morning to you. It's good to have you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's delve into what we have this morning, tracking public funds. Yes, meant for public projects. Are Nigerians getting value for their money? That's the big question this morning. And for those who don't know what this organization is all about, it's an organization that pioneers... is a pioneering civic technology initiative that was launched by Budget, and it's actually a civic tech organization that is focused on budget transparency, fiscal accountability, and citizen engagement in governance. But I'm not the person saddled with the responsibility of discussing all this. Ms. Fagboro will be discussing this. How important is the work carried out by Tracker to Nigerians, and how important is it to the development of our society? Because according to your mandate, it says that your mandate is meant to empower everyday Nigerians to actively participate in the process of governance by monitoring, by reporting, and also providing feedback about government-funded projects in our various communities. But I want you to expand on this. What is Tracker all about, and how important is the work that you do in Tracker?
Okay, thank you so much for this. Like you said, my name is Oluwayemisi Fagboro. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah.
My name is Oluwayemisi Fagboro, and I'm the state officer for Budget Tracker. Okay, what's Tracker? Tracker is the service delivery for Budget.
Okay.
The Budget is a civic tech non-governmental organization that bridge the gap between citizens and government, help us to get access to the public data easily and accessible. Then, Tracker helps us to now get involved, ask questions and get involved. The service delivery such that we now go to the grassroots. We're not just taking reports to them. If you have seen the report, what's the next thing to do? So this is the 11th year for Tracker now, and Tracker exists in 30 states across Nigeria. And it's like I said, it's the service delivery for Budget. So if you know Budget, you should know Tracker.
All right. All right. In other words, your mandate is meant to track public funds from the government. Well, public funds actually does not belong to the government. It belongs to the people because they pay tax.
Yes.
But there have been this conversation about the controversial tax law. The government is saying that citizens are some citizens are passive taxpayers, and that the poor must not suffer at the expense of the elite, who most of the time evade tax. But many are saying that as far as we see the dividends of, paying tax, we don't mind how exorbitant the tax is. But how important is tax in Nigeria, despite government revenue from the oil sector, from non-oil sector, and even as an organization saddled with this responsibility of tracking the people's money? How do you track the money flow of taxes of the citizens?
Okay, so I want to start by saying that citizens pay taxes with a simple expectation of we'll get our public funds will work for us.
Yeah.
It will give us quality schools, safe roads, clean water, quality hospital, accessible healthcare and security.
Okay.
So paying tax is not the issue. The issue now is that we don't have resource problem. People pay tax. Some is even deducted from their salaries before they even say Jack Robinson. So paying tax is not the issue. The issue now is the planning and accountability part. So how do we track this taxes? Let me bring it to layman.
All right.
If people don't understand that this money that is being deducted from their various accounts are public funds that come to them in form of all the schools and all of that, they might not mind. When you are to earn 100 naira and you are given 70 naira,
okay,
you should ask question that, please, where is my 30 naira? People the hospital close to you, you don't think that it's some people, let me put it that way, some people don't think that it's their money. When I say some people, I'm talking about those that are less concerned. They don't think that it's their money, so they are less involved, they are less bothered. So I'm saying now that if your salary is 100 naira and you're getting 70 naira and you didn't get 30 naira, you should ask questions that, where is my 30 naira? So now, when you now ask the question, you're being told, this 30 naira is going to develop your community. I'm very sure that an average Nigerian will be very involved. Like, okay, you said it to be used for this. What should it be used for? So that's where tracker comes in. The public data we are talking about here is not something cooked up by anyone. It's direct from the Accountant General of Nigeria and is accessible online. So we need to ask ourselves, what do people do with their data again? So it's online. It's on websites. You can just Google it and search. Even Kwara State budget, everything is online. You can just search. But getting the data is not enough. Getting the budget is not enough. You'll see the allocations in your communities there. You see the amount that is meant to be, not disbursed, allocated for that project, the ministry in charge, and all of that. Basically, we do federal constituency projects. That's federal constituency projects in Kwara State. So that's what tracker basically tracks. But we are moving closely to start state government projects.
All right. You released the report recently. That's the Tracker 2024-2025 report. And in that report, let's bring it down to Kwara State.
Okay.
You tracked 102 projects valued at 9.06 billion naira. And out of these projects, 52 projects were completed. 31 has not commenced at all. 7 were at the point of this reportage were ongoing, and 12 were fraudulently delivered. And I want us to highlight these 12 that were, fraudulently delivered, and let people understand what it means for a project to be fraudulently delivered before we move on to other aspects.
Okay, I know that was going to catch your attention. Fraudulently delivered, yes. So when you say a project is fraudulently delivered, when you check the budget, you see budget lines that appeared in, let's say 2024 project now.
Yeah.
You see a budget line that appeared in 2023.
Okay.
It appeared in 2022. It appeared in 2021. And you see appearing in 2024. So the question is, what's happening?
Was it that it wasn't completed then?
Some were not completed then.
Okay.
Some had disbursement, and they are not even ongoing.
Wow. Okay.
You understand now? So there's the project. I'm going to talk about the dualization of Michael Nedu, Afon-Gomo, that dualization.
Okay.
That project has been in since 2018. That's been in the project line since 2018. and you still find it in 2024 budget. And it's not as if the project is ongoing. It's not ongoing. Communities are the ones doing that thing you see. The one they are putting concrete. Communities are the ones doing it. So it's not ongoing. So
with their own funds?
With their own funds. I've met with them several times. So they are contributing money to do that. So that's an example of a fraudulent project. Another one is when you say fraudulent project, a project that is meant for this community is being taken to another community. And the recent, we can say, is a fraudulent project. So it's the solarization of the country. Some are vague project title. Maybe you just say renewable energy source
with exorbitant figures.
I'm telling you, 500 million renewable energy source, and you're like, okay, you mentioned 3 communities, 500 million. What is renewable energy source? Are you doing a solar powered borehole? Are you doing a solar street light? What are you doing? Renewable energy source is too vague. Then you see 500 million, and you're seeing disbursement of over 100 million, and you're asking question, okay, this person, because there are ways you can also check who has collected what and when they did. So we're going to discuss that too today.
Right.
And you've seen all of that, and you're asking questions. Okay, then at the end of the day, you start seeing street lights. Is street lights, I think that particular project of 500 million, I was able to count 31 street lights. Let us talk about it. 500 million, 31 street lights. It doesn't add up. So there's another one of poorly executed or substandard projects. This one I'll be talking about the project in Atau. That's solar power borehole. They did a project. The project in the budget line is 14 million, but after disbursement, they had 11.7 million to the contractor, and then the project packed up. The borehole packed up in 6 months.
Whoa!
And I'm like, okay, if this is your own personal fund, in the community, that you did a borehole in your community, like with your money, what's 11.7 million, and the borehole packed up in 6 months, what will you do? And they said, we'll put the engineer in prison. I said, that's it, because you feel this is your money. So people are detached from government, from public funds. It's your money. It's your money. So these are the things that we call fraudulently delivered project, and it's unfortunate that Kwara top number 3 in that report
amongst the fraudulently delivered projects.
That's 11.76% with 3 there, fraudulently delivered project, because we had lots of that in the budget line for 2024.
Well, some would say out of 102, 52 projects were delivered. It's a little bit. Well, that can be termed average.
Yes.
But out of all these 102, 31 had not commenced. Are there reasons why these have not commenced? Are there reasons the government gave to this effect?
Okay, so some mentioned that some disbursement have not been paid, have not been made. But the finance minister mentioned that 80% of we had 80% of implementation rates.
Yeah,
that's September 2025, and that was why they extended the 2024 budget till December. But we still didn't see many. We didn't see a very high impact.
I think that is also an issue on its own.
Yes. So
late implementation of budget.
Yes.
That's an issue. And how is Tracker or how is Budget as an organization addressing this issue?
Late implementation of
budget.
Okay. Sometimes for late implementation of budget, it has to do with funds. When there's no fund, what can you do? When there's no fund, you can't do anything. So even some contractors that even go ahead to do projects, and they wait to get their money reimbursed. But you know the struggle they go through. There was a time contractors came out to protest, and they said they've not been paid. So if you want to go ahead to do the project, it might be at your own detriment. So funds is also very important. Look at 2025 budget, for instance. They are saying that it's going to be 30% of the budget that will be done, and 70% to be rolled over to 2026. So imagine that 80% was done in 2024, and we still have 32 out of 102 projects that were tracked that did not start due to let's say, funds, and also the other way around.
The other way around that we all know about. I think let's not shy away from addressing it. Let's mention it and say it the way it is.
The way it is. Okay.
Lack of accountability, lack of transparency, corruption.
Yes.
Is an issue. Is a virus that is eating the state of our governance, and we hope. We are just hoping as Nigerians. Well, let's go on a commercial break. When we come back, we'll take a look at how citizens can actually engage in, tracking government projects, and how you, either as a community head or as a community member, wherever you might come from, how you can participate with tracker and budget in ensuring that every project assigned to your community is well implemented, and the funds meant for those projects are, disbursed appropriately. This is still National Affairs with Nedu Okorie. I'll be right back.
Lubu máa jí pépé mẹ́rọ kan ní energy drink tó máa kọ́fẹ́ mẹ́rọ kan ní o. Ẹgbẹ́ kájú mọ̀ pẹ̀lú rákàrà kọ́fẹ́ mẹ́rọ kan ó dára ká máa ní lọ́wọ́. Lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ nínú mọ́tò tó bá ti bẹ́ẹ̀ máa rẹ̀ ní mẹ́rọ kan ní ó já sómi gbẹ̀lú rákàrà dé o. Mẹ́rọ kan o, mẹ́rọ kan energy drink kì í máa dára. Agere lọ́nà fún tọkùnrin tóbìnrin ló lè mú mẹ́rọ kan. Tẹ̀rọ̀kà agbára gbàǹgbà agbára tó jagbára lọ energy drink lọ́gán tó bá wọnú ara agbára ti dé. Àjọ náà kì í jẹ lóúnjẹ iléeṣẹ́ tó lórúkọ tó ṣe gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níbi ká pọ̀ oògùn ìbò tó yí pharmaceutical ló gbé jáde. Tẹ̀rọ̀kà energy drink máa dára.
Ó bọ̀ yóò ní adúgbò lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run aláwọ̀ bàtà alákòóso Ramadan ọdún yìí tún ti wọlé lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gbàgbàgbà. Ìdí rèé àfi ń ké sí gbogbo ọmọ ìyá wa nínú ẹ̀sìn Islam. Àwọn ìgbàlódé oṣù USA ẹ̀ wá gbọ́ o. Dígí la wà fún yín ní ìkànnì Diamond 88.7 FM nílọrin láti fààyè lẹ̀ fọ́pọ̀ ọ̀jọ̀kan àwọn wáàsí títorí pẹ̀lú àwọn ètò Kùránì kíké àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lásìkò oṣù mímọ́ yìí. Ẹ kàn sí wa lẹ́ka ìpolówó ọjà wa pẹ̀lú owó péréte tàbí ká ẹ pè wá sórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ 09077227120 tàbí 09129294332. Ọlọ́run aláwọ̀ sì ní dùn wá ní ládàá rẹ̀. Gbogbo wa láàrọ̀ owó àtàláfíà fi gbàwé ọdún yìí o. Àmín. Maria Babika ya Ramadan.
All right, you're welcome back from that commercial break. It's still National Affairs on your shining supreme station, Diamond 88.7 FM. And at this point, you can start dropping your messages and contributions on WhatsApp via 0913-655-6864. That's the WhatsApp number. And shortly, the phone lines will be open for you to make your contributions. You can ask your questions via WhatsApp 0913-655-6864. Now, let's take a look at how citizens can engage with the activities of government and how they can ask questions. Based on what you said earlier, you said you have a presence in 30 states across the country. And so far, according to the report, you've tracked over 23,000 projects in over 8,000 communities and organized 8,500 plus town hall meetings across the country to sensitize Nigerians concerning their civic duties and how they can participate in governance. Now, let's take a look at Kwara State, for instance. Now, how has the citizens' engagement been so far, let's say over the past year, and talking about this year? What are some of the lineup of activities that you have, or are there any modus operandi in terms of how you engage with citizens or how you organize town hall meetings?
Okay, thank you so much. So when I go to track projects and after tracking the project, I meet with the community people. There is no community without a need. So okay, that's the entry point. You get to see their need, and then when I talk to them, they tell me when they do their meeting, their statutory meeting. Not like I'm calling them how to come and sit somewhere. No, when they have the statutory meeting, then we have a conversation during their meeting. Citizen engagement. You let them know that they are the catalysts that make systemic change possible. It's not just government.
Yeah.
They should not choose apathy. They should not just stand aloof and say, I want lonely, or something like that. So they should not, they should get involved. So during the meeting, I tried to let them know how they can get involved by maybe a project is going on in their community. They can track the project, keep details, keep the document the findings that they get. But then some people are like, who do I now talk to? How do I voice out? What do I say? So Tracker helps them amplifies their voices. During the meeting, there's something I trained them on. I trained them on GovSpend. So there's a part, I said that all those documents are online, so you can get the projects, the publication for budget, maybe for 2024, it's online. You can get it on Tracker's website. When you get it, you can see all the projects that's supposed to be done in Kwara State. Where you live should be there. Maybe your own town also will be there. And you're bothered, you want to check, okay, I've seen it. You see the ministry in charge. You see the agency in charge. You see the amount allocated. So there's a difference between allocated fund and disbursed fund. So when you use the GovSpend that I trained them with, that is where you see the disbursed fund. Then you see when it was paid, who it was paid to, the contractor. So then you can now speak up as a community. I tell people that their community letter is not just a fancy letterhead, it's an instrument. So over the course of the tracking reporting period for 2024-2025, I think we submitted about 1,250 letters from MDA to MDAs to elected representative. So it's not just that we send to anyhow, we just send anyhow, just write letter, because what I noticed over the years is that community also want to speak up, but once they see a project, they just target that this should be the person in charge of the project. For instance, a road project, let's say it has to be Kwara State Ministry of Works. So they start bombarding Kwara State Ministry of Works with letters. And you know how it is in the ministry. Acknowledge noted. So they start piling up the acknowledged letters, hoping that something will come from it. So when they have the budget, they know who to tailor their plights to. Is the ministry in charge, the agency in charge. So they can directly write letters. Also, after writing letters, taking any charge, 1,250 letters, you don't want to know how many letters got responses. It was less than 30.
That got responses out of over 1,000.
About two letters that got responses. Wow. So we are getting better. We are getting better with follow-up.
Wow. It shows that involved very well. Then in terms of auditing government accounts and all that, I know it's not you. Do you foster that? How do you ensure that the government books are in order? Yes, I know it's not in your purview, but are these some of the things that Tracker also do?
No, but some of these things are online. When you check the website, for instance, if you check the Kwara State government website, you see the implementation budget, you see BIR, you see your detailed plan. All of those things are online. So if you want to access them, they are online.
All right. You mentioned GovSpend.
Yes, sir.
I need to understand, is it govspend.com? Is it a website or a platform?
Website. It's a website, www.govspend, G-O-V,
Yes.
The way spend money together.ng.
Okay.
So it's online, and you'll be able to search maybe a project title is now